from an MVC controller using C# code. That's where we just been stopped up in the last class. And further at, we created a project, Core Web API Consumer 2. And very importantly, when you're consuming it, we're required to take the help of a class called as HTTP client class, correct? So if all you want to call from jQuery, you'll import the jQuery. Using jQuery, $Ajax, we just call it. But if all you want to call from C#, what you guys require to do? You just required to take the help of this class. Which class? HTTP client class. And to get the HTTP client class, we first installed a library, Microsoft.ASP.WebAPI.client is a library what we installed. And once after installing the library, you can just start consuming the classes over there. Okay. So 3 main important namespaces what we use. One is Newtonsoft.json, Microsoft.ASP.core.mvc. Yeah. System.net.http is a default import, I think. Yeah, system.net.http is a default import. We don't require it. Then what you need is Core Web API Consumer 2.models. Okay, that are model namespace. Fine. Now we are writing the code here. We're just writing up all the action methods here. Okay, just deleting it. So one more time we'll try it at first. We're required to create the instance of the class. Which class? HTTP client class. And for this, we need a URL. So basically store the URL in the config file. Otherwise, for the time being, I'm writing it like this, but read it from the config. Store it in the config and read it in the config. So what is it? HTTP localhost core web API service API. In the slash, you're going to write your name now. Whatever is the API. Whatever is the API name, you're going to specify there. Now you start writing each and every method. The first method, display customers. So guys, have a look. First step, get an empty list. Second, set the base address. What is the base address? The service URL. Now call the method client.getAsync and here specify the controller name. Already explained to this earlier. Tomorrow if you're student controller, it's there. Today, customer controller, customer. The employee controller, employee. So that's why here we given up to API only. The remaining we did not give. We can have 2-3 controllers now. We can specify the appropriate controller name in this place now. What is the method to call? GetAsync. When you call the GetAsync method, when you guys call the GetAsync method, it is going to get you the response. The get response will come. And response is success. If it is success, we are reading it as string async. We are going to read this as a string async. With the result, we are converting it to a string now. And once after converting, we need to call the method. What is that? Deserialize object. And what are you going to get is the list of customers, right? Which type? Deserialize into which type? List. We used a class here called as JSON convert, correct? The JSON convert class is present in Newtonsoft.json namespace. So it's already imported already for you. Newtonsoft.json is the namespace. Already that is imported on the top. See? Sir, no need to install separately. No, it's already installed. It's already installed. So directly JSON convert dot deserialize object. And what you're passing is list of which customer. And the result, if you pass it, it will convert and assign the value to customers. Return blue. And you are sending the customer. Next method is multiple or single customer. Louder. Single customer. So what is it, guys? Display customer. Display customer. What should I pass? Customer ID. Customer ID is what I should pass. Again, the same thing, guys. For this, we're required to put a slash here plus customer ID. Pass the customer ID there now. Everything is same. Only, yeah. You want it as a list or a single customer. So, customer. And don't declare a list here. What do you create? Customer customer is equals to new customer. And here what do you say? Customer is equals to. You are going to convert into customer only now, not as customers, and pass the customer. Come on, let's create the views now. Display customer, add view, razor view empty, or otherwise build the project once. Build still going on. Add view, razor view. Now choose the template now. Don't select empty. Choose razor view, select your template. What do you want? I want a list template to list, or otherwise just to simply go for yeah, you can choose any of the template here. You can use any of the template here. So either a details template or a list template. Yeah, is a not a create, it's a list template. What you should create. Okay. So we don't have that option empty with model. We don't have that option here, see. But in MVC 5, we saw that empty. Array, we can choose this is empty without model is here, but empty with model is not there. There we see empty with model. That option is not there. So let's not choose anything. Click on the add. Okay. At the rate model I enumerable. What is the project name? Core Web API Consumer 2 dot models dot custom. Rest all same. Just post the code for creating a view. A table format. Want to display a table. Okay. And guys, I'm removing that. Why? It's already imported here. In the view imports, already imported. So once it's imported in the view imports, already we learned it. No need to write again here. Simply what we can write? Customer. That's enough. So run. Now this is going to connect to the API, and API is going to get the data from the XML. API is going to get the data from XML and provide to the MVC project. Yeah, guys, I forgot to tell you a small task for you all. What is that? We created an API project now. Here I just got the data from XML. Complete the remaining. Use the dependency injection. Make it as database. I already explained the complete process to you. You require to install 4 Microsoft or ASP.NET Core.tools, ASP.NET Core.SQL Server, context class, whatever I explained you there. Just use the dependency injection, convert that to SQL Server. I mean, both options should be here. XML I should go, you convert to SQL Server. Controller is customers, display customers. Controller is customer, customer controller, not customers controller. Customer, display customers. Oh, control name is not customer. Control name is test API. And guys, you have loaded data not loading. Hold on a second. Not loading the data. Breakpoint. Success code is false. Why? Response reason phrase service unavailable. Response content. It's running on IS, no? Yeah. We hosted on IS already, I think. Why is it not running? Core web API service slash API slash customer. What is the mistake? Running. What happened? Don't know what happened earlier. Stopping? Why is it stopping? Application pool got stopped. That's application pool got stopped. See that? See the default app pool is not running. The core web service app pool is also not running. I started it. Just select here, click on the start button. It did not start. We don't require because we already hosted on IES. Once hosted on IES, I don't require to open the studio at all. It will be running 24/7 in the background. Okay, fine. And now you see the first method. What is that? Display customers. Yeah, the display customers. Everything same now. ID, name, balance, city, status, and actions. You has to launch you the display customer. We return the method for that display customer also. We did not create a view. Right click, add view. Name is display customer. @model, customer, and all this code. Without always typing these URLs, let us go to the master page, the layout, shared, layout. Let's add a controller name is test API. Action method name is display customers. I did not change the text. Yeah. Customers, view, single customer. Next step is to add. The two methods for adding, one is get and one is the post methods. So for get, for add, we just require to call the appropriate methods. What method? Post async. Post as JSON async, not post async also. Remember, post as JSON async. Yeah, these are the display methods, get methods, post method. First one, add customer. No need here. No need. Add customer, launch the view now. Okay, launch the view. Next, add customer, and you just watch it now. What we are doing. Base address is equals to URI. Next, what is the method we are calling? Post as JSON. Controller name, model object. Model object now. Okay, and this is going to get the response. If there is status code true, success means display customers. Failure. Show the same view again now. Show the same view again. Add customer, add view. Yeah, we should have used the create option. We did not use, we should have used the create option. When we use the create option, automatically generate it. Okay, well, and all this view creation code, just observe, we're using tag helpers only. Watch, guys. Tag helpers. Label. Next, input. Yeah, watch. Tag helpers, completely tag helper. This is somewhat simpler code when compared with our your HTML helpers. Very simple. Label, ASP for input, ASP for. No need to specify anything. It will generate all the things to you automatically. Okay, so run. And 105 Williams. Balance some 60,000. Delhi. Click on the save. Record is saved. Wait to verify. Array. If you're getting the data here means that is success only. If you're getting the data here, there is no doubt that operation is success. No doubt about it. Still, if you want to verify, because we did not use a database here. We used XML. We used XML as a source. So MVC 11, core web API service, core web API service in that customer.xml, and just see the date and time when is it modified. Today, 12 p.m. it got modified. Means now only the change has been affected. The fifth record has been added. Is that clear? So it has added here the fifth record in the list. Okay. What next? I want to edit. I just want to edit. I want to edit this particular record. Okay, we'll see editing also. So what we need to do? We need to add two more action methods. One is edit and one is update. Look, guys, first one, edit. What are you passing? Again, creating a customer instance. Next, base address. You are calling the method. What is the method? Get async / cust ID. You are getting the response. If the status code is going to be true, then you are calling read as async. Then you are going to deinitialize the customer. Same code I written already in display customer. And that is passed. Actually, display customer, edit customer, same code only. Why? We should populate the data. In display also we populate the data. In edit also we populate the data. Okay, just populating the data. Okay, if everything is done perfectly, this code is same like your add only. See, only difference here. Here we call post as async. Now we are calling it as JSON async. It as JSON async and passing the customer object there. We are calling the method put as JSON async. And here watch, you called not display, guys, sorry. Post as JSON async. And here we're calling it as JSON async. So this code is same as add code, and this code is same as get customer. Display customer code. This is display customer code. This one, add customer code. Only method name difference. There is a post, and here it is put. Right click, add view. Edit. And see the text box is read only. First text box. Input text box, read only, non-editable. Remaining all are editable. Submit button, reset button, and finally back to customer details. Okay. Customers. I want to edit. I want to change the name Jones. I want to change the balance 65,000. Click on update. Update it. Again, you can just come here and see notified. Earlier it is 12 p.m. Now it is 12:05. So the record has been updated. Same again. I want to do a delete. And you know that when you click on the delete, we ask the user, what are you sure of? Deleting the record. Okay. And if the user says yes, we delete. And display customers, see there? Action is this one. Route value, customer ID. Okay. And see now, on click is equals to return, confirm, and you're writing this code. Delete. And we have done the same style in our MVC 5 also. But in MVC 5, how do you write this? New of, open the curly brace, and then you should write. HTML attributes cannot be written in MVC file directly. How to write? New, open the curly brace, and inside the curly brace you should write on click is equals to. But now, no headaches like this. Directly, it's an attribute what you can add off. Now come, finally one method. What should I write still? That is delete. Yes, delete doesn't require any view. What you need is only a method. Delete. And check the code, guys. Straight one line code. That's all. What is that? Delete async. Delete async. Pass the customer ID. Response is status code. Sorry, if not success, what are you doing? Delete action resulted in error. No, it is true. Then display customers. You're just calling the display customers. Click on the, I want to delete the record 105. Delete. Are you sure? Yes. Now it is hitting, see? And now here you got 104. You know that basically when you are debugging here, you can manipulate the values also there. While debugging, you can manipulate the values. What is that? Yes. See there? It'll take 106 now. At a debug time, you have a chance to manipulate. That's what the beauty of the Visual Studio. Tomorrow you want to test with something without changing the whole codes and all. In the debug time, you get the values now. You can just go for editing, modify the value, hit enter, the value is modified. Now it is trying to delete 106 now. Okay, 106. 106 is not existing basically. It will tell you 106 is not error. Error won't come. Why? In SQL Server, will you get any error if at all you say? Will you get any error if you say delete from table name where ID is equals to 123? Not existing. You get error where 0 rows affected. That's all. What we get is only 0 rows affected. Okay, so we don't get any error. Suppose I'm trying to modify this value again. I'm entering it as hello. Yeah, customer ID is not accepting because the ID is not accepting. If all you just send any wrong value like this, then you get an error. In an error, what did it show you? Delay action resulted in an error. Right now, I'm not changing anything, so it should delete the record, and you see. And again, come here. 5 o'clock we inserted, 12:05 we updated, 12:09 we deleted. So all the timings you can see over there. So we are manipulating the things. So my means the task for you is, all of you, what you'll do? There we have used XML. As I explained you in the MVCDH project to you, as I explained in the MVCDH project, you also configure this to database. Same table only. We have a customer table in the database already. Okay. So all the steps what I said here, you're required to add annotations to a model class. You should install Microsoft ASP.NET Core.tools, Microsoft ASP.NET Core.SQL Server packages. You're required to register the DB context. You're required to go for, all the things, connection string in the config file. All the steps I explained you. Finally, you're required to go for updating the database. Everything. Okay, so just you do it for SQL Server. I'm not showing you, I'm leaving it to you. Do it for SQL Server also. Okay, so that you'll get an idea about the dependency injection, how to use in this code. Fine, guys. This is all how you call the APIs now. This is how you're just going to call the APIs in your particular application. So mainly 2 important things here. One, how to create an API. Okay, how just to create an API is the first thing what we learned. And how to consume the API. To consume the API, 2 different things what we just learned here. One is The first step is you can consume from the same project, we can consume from another project. When you're consuming the same project again, you can go for using jQuery Ajax, nothing but SPA. What is that? Single page application, SPA. That is one way of calling. Second option, C Sharp. That's your regular MVC coding. The regular MVC code. But to call, we use a class. What is the class? HTTP client. Without using ADO.NET, sorry, without using NT framework, what we use is HTTP client class and invoke it. Okay. So going forward, that's what the requirements will be like. What will the clients give you? The clients are going to give you the APIs, and you people are just going to call the APIs in your code wherever they are necessary now. So that will be the programming going forward in the real time. Means when you just start up your coding in the real time, that will be the programming style, how you will be adopting going forward. Okay. Fine. Guys, finally, the last thing in our pipeline is just going to be all of you are attending Angular classes. Huh? You're doing Angular. Okay. If at all, I am not going to show you Angular here, but just what I'm just going to show you is tomorrow, if you are going to have an Angular project, if at all you want to integrate Angular with MVC, if you want to go for integrating Angular with MVC, how do you do that? That's what I'm showing you. How to integrate Angular applications with MVC. Am I clear? So what we're going to learn is how to integrate Angular applications with the MVC now. So integration of Angular with MVC is what we're going to learn now. Yeah. So in your Angular classes, your teacher have taught you how to install Angular on your system first. Okay. If you want to work with Angular, what do you need first? Node.js. Node. Node, what is Node? Node is a package manager. It's just like our NuGet. Here we use Node package manager, NPM. Okay. So basically, the first thing I given you step-by-step process, guys. How do you configure the projects and everything? So if you observe here, okay, if you just observe here, the first thing what you require to do is visit the site nodejs.org.en and download the node. Actually, we need to download the node into your project. JWT tokening and all, we are not going to discuss it here. JWT authentications and all. It's out of the syllabus, man. Sorry. So visit the site nodejs.org.en. The official website of Node, from where you can just download the node. Yeah. Download for Windows, that is the site. Basically, LTS version, current version, two are there. Always go for using the LTS. Long-term support, you already know that now. Long-term support standard, anything, no problem. You can install anything what you want. Okay, anything you like, you can just install the appropriate things. You want to install the current also, no problem. You want to install the LTLs also, no problem. Okay, let's install the current only, no issues. Just the next installation. Just click next and install of node on your systems. Guys, I'm just telling you, sir, I don't know Angular. I can't help you. It's only Angular integration. You provided you know Angular, just showing you how to integrate the Angular projects here. Okay. So if you don't know Angular, I'm not going to teach you Angular here. It's not a 1 day, 2 day class course for you. Okay. So just the concept of how to, because you learned Angular separately, and I'm teaching you how to integrate them with your MVC applications. That's it. Okay. What next? Open the Windows command prompt here. Once the installation is completed, open the Windows command prompt and check it out, the version of your node. Okay, checking the version of your node now. Node space -v. The latest version what we installed, 20.3. And this node basically installs your node package manager. Node package manager. And this package manager will download and install your all the required things to you now, just like a NuGet package manager in the Visual Studio. And it has installed the npm also, and npm-v will give you the version of npm. 9.6.7 is the npm version, node version, npm version. Okay, you can see checking the version of the node and checking the version of npm. The next thing is you are required to install TypeScript and Angular. You are required to install the TypeScript and Angular. How to install? We are installing from the command prompt only. Using the node package manager, we can just install. So the command is npm install -g TypeScript. -g TypeScript. What is -g? Global. What is global? Basically, when you install generally in a folder in a particular drive, it works on that drive only. It doesn't work in other drives. In path settings and all headaches over here. -g indicates that global, it works from anywhere. No need to set the paths and all. -g is to indicate it should work from anywhere. npm install -g TypeScript. Already TypeScript is available on this, I think. It updated, that's it. Okay. Next, Angular CLI. You required to install the Angular CLI. Same again, but now you're required to write @Angular /CLI. @Angular /CLI. What is this? Just this is like our .NET CLI command line interface. This is a Angular CLI command line interface basically. Okay, next. Now what you do is create a MVC project, guys. Create a ASP core MVC project. Let's name it as core Angular in MVC core. Come on, create a project. ASP.NET Core MVC. Angular in MVC core. Next. All same. Yeah, I just created a MVC project here. Now, after creating a project, add one folder in the project. Add a folder, just like our controllers, models, and views. add one folder in the project, name it as Angular, for storing all the Angular files there. Okay. Come here. Right click, add a new folder, name it as Angular. Yeah, created. Now, what you'll do is right click on this folder, open folder in File Explorer. You're pointing to that folder now. Okay. Now, actually, we need to just go to command prompt and point to this location, not our VS command prompt and normal command prompt only. Point to this location. So you can open a command prompt and move to this location now. The simplest way is CMD enter. You don't require to do all the nonsense going there, CD, all these things. Where you are, anytime in Windows Explorer, wherever you are, just like CMD will directly open that to that location. See now, you're pointing to your folder now. Which folder? Now I'm going to create an Angular project there here. I'm going to create an Angular project here. How to create an Angular project there? If all you want to just create an Angular project, the command is ng new project name. ng space new space project name. ng space new space project name. It will create a project for you. It will ask you some details. You want to add a routing, Angular routing, yes sir? No, I think. No, don't use Angular routing. Reason is, we'll use MVC routing. Don't use Angular routing. What we should use is MVC routing. Okay, so no. We're asking what CSS you want to use. Compatibility wise, Angular is going to be more. No, now today they're asking for React also. It's not only for Angular. Earlier, Angular and these are more compatible. Basically, Angular, whose product? Google, what is the language you're using? TypeScript. That's again a Microsoft product, you know that? TypeScript is Microsoft product actually. Google designed Angular, but the language that you are using in Google is TypeScript designed by Microsoft. Means both in collaboration, they just launched it. That's why compatibility wise, what they say is Angular will be most compatible to .NET application. Not like today they are asking for React also. That's why they added you the React classes also for you. Okay. So generally olden applications and all, they used Google. They used Angular, but now modern, they're again asking for React also. The worst thing in software industry, you cannot stick to a technology always. 365 days, you are a learner. 365 days, 24/7, you are a learner. And the advantage is also there. The more you learn, the more you earn. That's an advantage here. Okay. Well, now, where are you? You're in this folder. Which folder? Angular. Change to your project folder now. What is your project folder? See there. It created you the project here. See, Angular project is created, first project. And all the Angular files are just generated for you. So go to, change to that folder. What? CD. First project. You're right now in the first project. Now I want to run the project. I want to run my project. I created a project now, Angular project. By default, when you open and create an MVC project, comes with some sample code, sample templates and all. Here also it will come now. ng Minus S, huh? No, yes. Minus O. Analytics on it. Angle project. By default, you have a sample angle project here. What is created? And this is a demo project, what is created. And all this output here, whatever you see, comes from the project file. There will be some file in which all this code is present. Oh, SRC. Main, which one? App, okay. App component, I'm very poor in HTA, this one here. I don't know Angular. Yeah, somewhere from here, you just get the output. This output, what you're seeing on screen now. See there, first project app is running. Shown you somewhere here. Title. The title is the first project app title. Next, showing you some resources. Resources. Then, output is coming from here only. Okay. So we are just getting the output from that particular location. So if you see the browser, you'll see this output. So by default, some sample pages are given and they are going to generate. See, this will open a browser and displays the output, and right now the output is coming from app.component.html file. Under here, first project we have created, and to check that, go to Visual Studio and Angular folder. We find a project folder, first project. Under that we find SRC. Under that we find app folder, which will contain the file app.component.html. That only I opened you now. SRC app.component.html. Okay. Deleting the whole content here. I'm writing hello world. Check. So to prove you the content is coming from there, I just deleted the whole content and I just written hello world, and that is coming. Yeah, actually, we are running it from here now. There is a background server here. There is a background server, just like our what we have our third server now. Forgot the name. What you are using every day, guys. Kestrel. We have a Kestrel server. The Kestrel server should be running now. So here also will be a server which will be running for you in the background. Server stopped, so that's why I did not get the output. I stopped the server here. See, Control C will stop you the things. So that's why not get. Again, if I run my project again, see, internally server will start off now and generates the output. Refresh, you get your output. Server is running in the background now. Stop your server. How? Control C. Come back, refresh. Auto refreshed. It is auto refreshing. That's why when I make a modification, we are able to see the change automatically. Yeah. Fine. So what is it? The output is coming from a file called. Open it, delete the whole content in it, write the below code. What did I write? Simply I written the code as hello world. So hello world is what I'm just using over there, and I'm just getting the output from there. Okay. Now what next? Okay. Next, to integrate Angular with MVC. To integrate Angular with MVC, we need to do some changes in angular.json file of the first project, which is the configurator file of the array. Our project has a configuration file, not JSON file. Same way, Angular project also is going to have a configuration file with the name called angular.json. I require to make a modification. What should I do? What is the file name? Angular.json. Guys, all of you observe it. Output path, where the output should be generated. Some location is present. It means the output files will be generated for you at that location. The output files will be generated for you into that location. What is the output file of the Angular? .html. Angular will generate you .html. Rendering here, everywhere common only. Even in MVC also, the output is going to be HTML. The file name extension will not be a .html, but the output will be HTML. Here also, after rendering, everything converts into .html. And this is the location where those particular files will be put now. This is the location where the files will be put now. What is the location? Test first project. But I want them to be coming into my MVC project. I don't want here. I want them to be coming into my MVC project. So what are the files? HTML, static files. Where do you put static files? What is the folder here in MVC? www root. You want to get them in the www root. In the www root, I want to get it. Where you want to get, or in the www root, I want to create a folder called as Angular scripts. Angular scripts, and the output files should be coming in that location. The output files should be coming into that particular location. First project folder, but integrate Angular. There should be create a folder with the name Angular. Okay, I don't require to create the folder manually. No need. So the folder will be created automatically. No worries. Under www root, I want it. Okay. So how to specify? Right now you are in this folder, right? Yes or not? Where are you? Angular. So now you require to specify the location that you wanted to create. You wanted to create this particular Angular first project. This is a folder, guys. I'm sorry. This is Angular. This is a project folder. This is a project folder. So what you require to do now is you require to go back. If you want to go inside, you want to go back now. What? From this folder, you want to go to this folder. Are you clear? From this folder, you want to go to this folder. So how do you write that code is just watch it. I don't want the output path in this location. Dot. Listen carefully. Dot means Angular. A step back now. Again dot. Array. From Angular, the root is this folder up. Angular up. Angular in MVC. /// www root / Angular scripts. The folder will be created for you automatically. It will create the folder. Means the generated output files don't store here. Without storing them here, store them under the www root under a folder called as Angular scripts. How to specify that? Dot. It will come to Angular dot project folder under that www root under that Angular scripts. Under that Angular scripts. It's not MVC to write a /. Are you clear? MVC, we say /. It's not MVC, it is Angular. This code has a different style. Okay. So that's what I require to change now. What I should change? This is the old part, guys. And this is a new value. Angular scripts. Right. Next. Here. Okay. We need to do one more change. I'll tell the change. Before I tell you the change, let me show you what next. Okay, by default, output files that is generated in Angular will be having a, I didn't know, I'll specify about that. I'll tell you. Now what you do, just build the project, that's all. Just build the project. How to build? Your project folder, ng build, --, watch. ng build minus minus watch. What is that, sir? Actually, ng build here. Minus minus watch is going to show you all the outputs to you, even when we are running, when we are just running in the package manager console. If you want to see the pause, minus pause will show you the commands now. Same way this also, minus minus watch. ng build minus minus watch. Oh, sorry, wrong. Oh, ng space build. ng space build. Yeah. All of you observe, it will be generating the output files, main, polyfills, runtime, styles, the main. This is a file what will basically run for you. All these are the files in Angular, what will run. And all of you watch it, it is generating one key value here. Are you getting me? It is generating some key value here. Some key value is coming. Every time you build, a new key value will come. Every time you build, a new key value will come. If you build again, another different value will come. Now, the file names should be used in my MVC code now. These file names should be used in my MVC code. But understand a point here. If you want to use these file names in the code now, this is the key value. Tomorrow, if you rebuild again, the key value will change now. Every time a new key value, every time you build, you cannot modify the file names in the code now. So that's why you need to ask Angular, generate me without the key value. Generate me without the key value. How can I ask that? Again, here only. There is another attribute, guys. What is that? Is output hashing. Yeah, watch. Output hashing. What is it? All files will be having a hash key value. So simply change to none. Means do not get any extensions like hash codes, all these particular values. Key values won't be generated. See the difference. All files are generated again, but now you don't have the key values. Sir, where these files are generated? Check. Did I add this folder? I did not. It is created. Command C. Main, polyfills, runtime. I forgot to show you earlier. Without using the output hashing there, you come, the file names will say main dot some ASCII value, polyfills dot some ASCII value, runtime dot ASCII value, all the values will come. But because I said output hashing as none, the values are not there. So the next thing what you just required to do is, yeah, these are the two changes, guys. First one is output path. Second one is output hashing. You are required to modify this. Yeah, you are building it. Once after build, in the www root folder, you will find Angular scripts and all the files will come and sit there. Okay. Now, let me add a controller in the project, guys. Let me add a controller in our project. Come on. Now I am coming to MVC. Add a controller. Give a name for it. Just giving the name as test Angular controller. Okay. Now I'm writing an index action method. Right click on this. Just add a view for this. And remember, all of you, the content for this view should come from Angular. I won't design anything here. All the designing should be done in Angular. And angular code should come here now. Did you understand my point or not? What should come? Angular code should be coming into picture here. Okay, that's what I just want to do. See here. Now add a new controller, test Angular, and add a view to the index action method, delete the whole content. Then under Angular scripts folder, we find a file. What is the file? Actual output is that output only will come. Index.html will be showing the output in Angular. Which file? Index.html. Come here. You'll find a file called as, what is the location? Angular scripts folder. In Angular scripts folder, I'm showing in a long location. Index dot. Yes, guys, this is the file which will show the output. The actual output is shown by this file only. Okay. Now I don't want the output here. Copy this content as it is and move it to index.cshtml. And here are the three file names. See there. All the three files are used here now. If the hash key values are there, every time you will come and change the file names here now. That's why remove that hashing. Okay. So now, yeah. If you run your MVC controller now, okay. If you run your MVC controller, what you're running is MVC controller. You're not running Angular. I'm not running Angular. I'm running my MVC project now. Yeah. IS Express. Okay. What's the controller name, guys? Test Angular. Yeah. Test Angular. Okay. So I'm just going to call our index action method test Angular / index. Okay. Default action method is that only. So right now we did not see any output because we don't have any content there. We don't have any content. Now look, basically it's not about we don't have any content. We have a hello world now. We written hello world app.component.html. We written hello world. That hello world should come there, but nothing is coming. Why is nothing is coming? The path, guys. The path. What do you call them? Actually, see, this is the file which is showing the output. Yes or not? And this file, we are integrating these particular files now. What files? Main, polyfills, runtime. All these files we are integrating, but they are not present in the same location. They are present in different locations here. The path issue now, we need to fix that. We need to fix that particular path issue. Yeah. Currently, what you're saying, runtime.js, you're required to just specify the path. How? Watch it. Where is it present? L / Angular script / file name was gone. Angular script / what is file name? Runtime.js. Runtime.js. Sir, you said you cannot write this. Now I'm writing in CSHTML, C#. CSHTML, then it's tilde / only. It is not Angular. This is MVC again. But fix the same thing for you in all. / is missing. Restart. Now make your modification in the app component.cshtml file. You're making modification not in CSHTML. Where you're making the modification? The component.html. That is not what Angular. But output is coming for you in nothing. Restart, that's all. Output will come for you in the MVC view. Changes come in the Angular. Output comes in MVC now. Not saved. Just a minute. The build is running in the background. That's why we did not get it. We don't require this command windows and all. Just to create the project I shown you, that's all. So basically now any change, you come here and make in the Angular files now, and the change will reflect for you in the MVC files. So how many Angular components you have? That many things you require to create an MVC also now? We have 4 components there. We have 3 views to be created now. Every view will have a matching. Every Angular view will be having a matching MVC view. Changes in Angular view will directly come and sit in the MVC views now. So this is how they integrate Angular with the MVC. Okay, Angular into your MVC projects. I'm also not good with Angular here. I shown you, given you an idea. You're learning Angular, try to explore it about this. Every time I start learning Angular, I feel boring. I don't like it. I don't know why. I don't like new things. Python. I don't like it. No structure, no the right code, like nonsense. We don't have any proper structuring in Python at all. I hate it. Number of times I started, but within 1 week only I left it. Even the same thing with Angular also. I did not like this Angular at all. Why, I don't know. Okay. So I just put in the Angular. Well, we just seen how to integrate the appropriate things. Actually, guys, we are done with our classes today. Tomorrow, officially we don't have any session, but tomorrow, 2 things I want to just give you some brush up on the interviews. And second one is any doubts on the subject, tomorrow, just think it like the doubt clarification. All the places, wherever you have the questions, you can raise me. If not over tomorrow, we'll extend it for day after tomorrow. Not an issue, because I don't have any other sessions or other obligations. So tomorrow our class will be only about the doubt clarifications. Is that clear? We'll sum up all the things, C#, everything. Starting from first day, wherever you have a doubt, you can ask me. I'll clarify each and everything what you asked. Okay, what I taught you. Don't ask me out of the syllabus. Because main target is freshers here, will mainly target freshers. What I taught is more than enough for you as a fresher. What I teach you here, if you prepare that, 60 to 70% of the questions will be asked in those only. Some of you are attending for interviews now. What are they asking you? Tell me. Basically, first they're asking you object-oriented programming, yes or not, polymorphism, inheritance. That only. That from day one I say you this only. And if prepare C# well, yeah, 50% you clear there only. After that only SQL Server, if you are good there after the SQL Server and MVC very less. They don't ask. Did anyone ask you 4 questions? That's what I say you. In our project, one of our client requires there is a requirement for .NET Core. There is a requirement for .NET Core. They asked me, but the timings are not suitable for me. Actually, they want to work until early morning 3 o'clock. So it's not possible for me. I rejected. So in my company, they just thought of recruiting someone for a part-time job. From last 1 week, I've just taken nearly 10 to 15 people interviews here. No one I found who is no .NET Core. Everyone put in the project .NET Core experience 3 years. They don't even know the fundamentals also. The first question, what is the difference between .NET 5, .NET 6? First tell me in your projects, there is a fundamental. If you don't know that, you can't develop a project at all first. Yes or not? Startup. About the startup, no one talks about the configure services. Everyone thinks that we have worked on 3 projects already in .NET Core, but no one even know the fundamentals of it. Industry means they're upgrading it. They're upgrading, but still, you don't expect the questions on .NET Core. Are you clear? Perfectly prepare C#, object-oriented programming. Don't need to ADO.text and all, Windows Pro, not required. Just perfect and object-oriented programming. 50% you will clear up there only. And logical programs, what I given you in the last, try preparing them also, because you go to interviews in a machine test or they'll ask you that only. Fibonacci series or prime number, any of this program, you would look at to write a fall. So in our company, we just give choice for this. They give choice. Write anything. They don't ask you particularly. They give you a series. What is it? Is a Fibonacci series, a prime number, anything. Write any one program. You're okay with that. Just basically for a fresher, they don't test your programming skills. What they test is your attitude first. Remember that point. How positive you are. The interviewer should feel what he should feel. This person may not know anything, but is ready to learn. That feeling is what we should give. Okay. So the positive attitude, that's what, if you are positive in the interviews, that is enough to take you in this. The company has a requirement. If the company feels that I can train this person, that confidence is what you require. I can train this person. He's a learner. Even you don't have any subject also will take you. Got the point? Okay. But what I taught you is more than enough here. For an experienced person, for an experience with what I said you in .NET Core, an experienced person means you're putting a fake experience of .NET Core also can clear the interviews. I challenge. You can clear the interviews because that's what I'm telling you. I saw many people, 10, 15 people say, every day this became a headache for me. Minimum 2 or 3 interviews I'm taking every day. But everyone just putting like they worked on 3 projects. One person said, I work at 25 projects here. I done 25 projects, he said. First question, what is the difference between .NET, ASP.NET 4, ASP.NET 5 and ASP.NET 6? First, you need to know that we don't have startup, configure services, all these things you should clearly tell that. If you don't know the major difference and they say that I worked on 7, we are working on projects on 7. 7 came 6 months back. And already I developed so many projects on 7 they're telling. Okay, that all say experience what they're putting, but just be strong on the fundamentals. Okay, see the building, if the foundation is strong, building will be strong. Remember that. The foundation, the C# should be always will be good. You may not be using up all the things. Means C# means you don't open console projects, but the whole MVC is based on C# only. Collections, yes or not, methods, value returning methods, all the same. Whole MVC is based on C#. That will say, be strong on C#. You can do anything, any application you can develop. Okay. Well, we'll clarify any more doubts we have. We'll give a clarification tomorrow. Okay. Let's stop here. We'll meet tomorrow. Today only is the last session here, not tomorrow. Today is only the last session. I said you tomorrow, I'll just give you an explanation of any questions or any doubts. Encryption, decryption, you require to write manual coding for that, for encrypting and decrypting. Anyhow, in identity framework, the passwords are encrypted. I showed you an identity framework when storing the passwords are encrypted and decrypted. If you want, you need to write coding for that explicitly. We have libraries for that. Yeah, they ask CRUD and MVC. I attend a few interviews, they only ask CRUD and MVC. CRUD and MVC, how many examples I got here? Just focusing on CRUD and MVC only, number of examples I taught you. Today also we done that. Display single, add, get and post, edit, get and post, delete. Number of examples I shown you. Practice them. Okay, guys, we'll meet tomorrow. Any clarifications, we'll get you tomorrow. Okay.